The fake designer handbag business is nothing new.
Take a look at this. The quality of knockoffs today is at a whole new level, and that is causing tremendous problems for brands selling the real deal.
A lot of these women who are self-made, who make millions of dollars every year, who have supported themselves, built that nest egg on their own, they're saying, why do I need the real thing? I got it like that. People think it's the real thing. And if I'm buying a really, really well-made fake, nobody knows the difference.
Okay, that is not a real Hermes bag, just so you know. Pat, had a person. And she's like, do you want one? I can get you one. And, no, I don't really. No, I don't need one. But this isn't real.
High quality, convincing knockoffs are blurring the line between authentic and counterfeit. In this video, we are going to unpack what they are, why they are so popular, and most importantly, what they mean for the luxury market. If you guys have spent any time at all on social media, then you guys would have seen loads of luxury content, loads of unboxings. I actually do a bit of that here too. So, you know, influencers showing what they've bought or the kind of lifestyle that they're living. And if you're not careful about being critical about what you engage with on social media, it can be easy to presume or believe that most people are living a luxury lifestyle. But a new study from the World Economic Forum shows that close to a fifth of all items tagged as luxury goods on Instagram are actually fake. I'm sure many of you are wondering how to detect a fake. How do you identify if somebody you are engaging with, if an influencer you are following is carrying a fake? But in more recent years, we have seen the rise of the superfake. A superfake is defined as a high quality, almost perfect replica of a luxury item. And so gone are the days, guys, when fakes were super obvious and, you know, you could tell immediately. If it was Louis Vuitton, it would say maybe something like Louis Vuitton, or if it was Fendi, it might have two F's, but they're both upside down. Those days seem to be over, and we have seen the emergence of counterfeit luxury goods that look very real. And consumers are paying hundreds, sometimes thousands for these counterfeit bags. US Customs and Border Protection reported in 2024 that counterfeit goods comprise of 25% of the global trade. In 2023, they seized nearly 23 million counterfeit goods nationwide, worth over 2 billion in estimated value. It seems that the counterfeit market is booming. There was also a time where wearing a fake was frowned upon even, and it was almost seen as socially deviant to carry a fake. But nowadays it seems to be super popular, and not only popular amongst influencers, but also celebrities. For example, in 2021, the feds raided the house of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City star Jen Shah, and authorities confiscated more than 50 fake items from her Utah home. And some of these purchases included counterfeit purses marked Louis Vuitton, Chanel, Fendi, and Jimmy Choo.
A Real Housewife of Salt Lake City, who's also the wife of a University of Utah football coach, is now facing federal charges along with her assistant on suspicion of running a nationwide telemarketing fraud and money laundering scheme.
And she's not really alone. Of course, celebrities do not admit to carrying fakes because selling, buying, and owning counterfeit goods is actually illegal in most countries, as they violate intellectual laws by copying a brand's trademark and design without permission. And so I don't think we're ever going to come to a time where we're finding that public figures are admitting to carrying fakes, because that would be admitting to a crime. However, there are many conversations across the internet of where those of us who are on social media have identified that maybe the person wearing the Chanel or Louis Vuitton isn't actually wearing the Chanel or Louis Vuitton.
In October 2020, Rick Ross posted this photo on his Instagram and this photo on his story. There are some very obvious differences to the authentic versions of these bags, allegedly. I mean, the color alone, here's the real one. Rick Ross has since deleted this post, and in my opinion, the most likely scenario here is that he was working with a stylist or a personal shopper, as most celebrities do. They probably got him these bags and he wore them completely unknowing that they were inauthentic.
However, there have been a few celebrities who have come out and admitted to wearing inspired pieces and not originals, like Ocho Cinco did recently.
Oh, we talk about jewelry and watches and chains. Never bought real anything when I was playing. Never. What was the point? I went to Claire's.
So all you do?
Yes. For what? What am I doing it for? Why am I buying a $50,000 watch.
I think we can conclude from some of the numbers we are seeing about how valuable the counterfeit luxury market is, that it is a booming industry. There seems to be many consumers of counterfeit goods. And so I really wanted to discuss with you guys how this might be affecting the luxury industry as a whole. Counterfeiting generally presents a significant challenge to the luxury market, impacting revenues, brand reputation, consumer trust, and even innovation. It is estimated that the global market for counterfeit goods costs legitimate businesses over $500 billion annually, with luxury goods being one of the most targeted sectors. In response, luxury brands are investing heavily in legal action, technological solutions, and educational campaigns to protect their image and ensure that their products remain exclusive and authentic. It takes a lot of time, money, and effort for luxury brands to pursue organizations for intellectual property violations, although it is not uncommon. In 2017, Gucci did threaten to sue Forever 21 for an intellectual property violation, but ultimately I don't think that there is much that they can do about the overwhelming amount of fakes that are on the market. You can go to most big cities and find an area in that city that has a shop that sells fakes. So I don't think that it's a fight that they would be able to win if they were to take every counterfeiter on. Counterfeiting causes substantial revenue losses for luxury brands as well. In the luxury goods market alone, counterfeits are thought to account for about 10 to 30% of sales revenues being lost. For example, in the global fashion market, counterfeit goods have been estimated to result in losses of about 30 billion annually.
In 2020, the federal government said counterfeiting was the largest criminal enterprise in the world, with estimated sales totaling at least $1.7 trillion annually.
Yeah, more than 30% of all counterfeit products seized by the federal government are handbags and wallets. The feds warn the dangers of buying counterfeits aren't always obvious. Some of the risks include economic impacts, legal implications, and even health and safety risks.
Not only are there significant revenue losses for the brands, but also reputational damage and brand dilution. Just the amount of fakes that there are can lead to flooding of the market, which dilutes the perception of luxury brands as exclusive. I do remember about 15 years ago, you could find a fake Neverfull everywhere. I think it might still be the case, but you know, there are some staple items from most luxury brands that are most counterfeited. It's possible to access counterfeit goods not only in person but online too. And the growth of platforms like AliExpress, eBay, and Amazon has made accessing these goods easier for consumers. In 2020, it was estimated that 40% of all luxury goods sold online in China were counterfeit. And so if any of you guys saw my last video and we were talking about is luxury dead, there still seems to be an ongoing conversation in the comments of that video about who's actually buying these luxury goods. I think some of this data definitely indicates that some of the luxury that we are seeing, whether that's on social media or in person, is not authentic. And that might be why it seems that everybody has it. Counterfeiting can also stifle innovation. When counterfeiters mimic the design, packaging, and features of high-end products, it can diminish the incentive for luxury companies to innovate and invest in new designers or technology. It also reduces the time for exclusive products to remain new or fresh in the market. For example, Hermes, known for its high quality craftsmanship, spends a significant amount of revenue, around 4 to 5% of its turnover, on innovation, design, and patents. Counterfeiting can undermine these investments by copying new products before they even hit the market. Overall, the rise of superfakes and the counterfeit market seemingly has a negative effect on the luxury industry. However, consumers are generally unmotivated to continue to spend with luxury brands as their quality allegedly declines and their value is put to question. In the recent quarters, luxury brands have seen a reducing interest from consumers, and I believe generally need to have a bit of a rethink about how they're approaching customers and their value proposition. I think that whilst this is an ongoing issue, superfakes and counterfeit items will continue to grow in popularity, especially for those who partake in luxury to signal affluence, and or even those who are looking for good quality from their bags. I definitely think think it is very interesting that some counterfeit consumers report experiencing better quality from their fake bag than from the originals. And I think that this is an issue that luxury brands very quickly need to address.
The quality of knockoffs today is at a whole new level, and that is causing tremendous problems for brands selling the real deal. Fake bags have been developed so well, they can trick nearly everyone. And the market right now is booming, fueled by social media users and influencers showing off their hyper-realistic replicas.
It should be impossible that a fake could have better quality than an original, especially for the price that luxury brands are selling their pieces for.